Now, this past weekend, William, Money in the Bank. I'm pretty sure you watched it. I remember you were texting me, but I was already in the arena, screaming and shit. Um, I don't. I know that I got a few fans that watch WWE that have seen my channel that I've talked shit about Jey Uso, and then they saw me on my channel fucking eating. Right? I told you. I literally said it. I'm gonna be eating.
Yeah.
Once you're in the motion, I'm like, I'm not gonna. I'm like, oh, just because I don't like the guy. I'm like, no, I don't like the guy. I'm like, and thank you, Triple H or TKO, whoever did it. Thank you. And what's it called? But I want to talk about Money in the Bank before we talk about before we touch on Raw. There's three things that pissed me off about Money in the Bank. I don't know for you, but for me, it pissed me off because I'm like, we didn't need that, right? It was low.
Hi.
We didn't need the Dominic Mysterio versus Octagon Jr. That was just like, okay, cool. Like, if you're gonna give us a fifth card, you could have give us CM Punk and Sami Zayn versus the Bronze. Like, if it's a 5 minute squash, fuck it, do it a 5 minute squash. Use chairs, whatever. Use a table. Decapitate CM Punk and Sami Zayn. Like, if you were gonna waste a 5 minute, 10 minute match, like, we didn't need that particular match.
I mean, some would disagree. You know, I am all for it. I was all for Dominic. The minute it happened, I was like, bet, you know, because he showed he is the king of the luchadores. Right there, right then and there. It happened. He called him out on, Worlds Collide, and then it happened in Money in the Bank. You know, I'm obviously a huge Dom fan. I've been a Dom fan ever since he turned heel. You know, and now it's like, when is he gonna lose his title? I don't know. I really don't know when he's gonna lose it. You know, but I was all for it when it happened. I'm like, bet we're actually gonna have a decent match between the two. Was it a squash match? I believe it was because it was because it only went like 5 minutes. I think it went.
It was 5 to 7 minutes.
Yeah, so I was just like, I expected more of the match now. And the thing is, like, I was watching it, but I was cooking at the same time. I was cooking steak, and I was like, damn, I'm missing the one fight I actually was kind of like interested in. But from what I saw, I was like, oh, it was kind of decent. It was just really fast.
I know that it was a highlight for Octagon for his flips and turns and all that. It was a highlight for Lucha Libre, but you literally squashed Lucha Libre in 5 minutes. It's like, we gave you a full 2 hour and a half show at the forum just for you guys to like squash us. Like that took that as a, for me that I love Lucha Libre, I took that as a fat insult. And then freaking Legado del Fantasma beating el hijo de Dr. Wagner. I'm like, come on. Like, you could have pinned Psycho Clown. You could have pinned the other mother lover.
Yeah.
I'm like, but you pinned El hijo de Dr. Wagner. That mask is iconic. His dad is iconic. Top 5 luchadores of all time. De Mexico.
It's simple. It's simple. It's Triple H and his golden shovel. What he do when WCW came over? He buried everyone. Well, that was McMahon, but really, it runs in the family, right? What did they do with Triple H now? They're burying talent. You know, yeah, I'm sure you're gonna make Mystery Juana the All-Star now because everybody wants him now, apparently. And I'm just like, really? Like, really?
And then so that was one of my first one that I disliked. Number 2, I gotta go to the main event. I do gotta go to the main event before I touch on the main one. And I'm pretty sure you know what's the main one. I gotta touch on the main event because I'm like, you cannot have this. As much as I hated the fact that Dominic and this fool, como se llama, that was like high octane. Like, that was fast. Like, oh shit, boom, 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 boom. The girls' Money in the ladder bag, the Money in the Bank fight, that was great. Then this one was great. The Lyra versus Becky, I was shocked how good it was. I thought I was gonna be bored. Honestly, I thought I was gonna be bored, and it was probably the best match out of the whole night. And then you got the guys Money in the Bank before we led into the tag team. And I would say this: that match was boring. I don't care what people are defending it. When people started screaming in the arena, "This is awesome," I'm like, no, it's not. This is boring. I was bored shitless, sitting down in the crowd.
But I mean, what you expect, or at least what did people expect? In my opinion, I felt it was gonna happen. We both know Cena's not wrestling anymore. he's too old to wrestle. This is really his farewell tour. He's actually done after this for sure. He's not
Yeah.
the Rock that's gonna come out for one more show. He's done. And then you have him against Cody Rhodes, who's just as bad as a wrestler. That's what he is. Don't get me wrong, he can wrestle. No, he can't wrestle either. He can't wrestle. I'm sorry, but he can't. And then you have Jey Uso. Another 5 moves of doom. Really, he has 4 maybe. But the only superstar that they had in that ring was Logan Paul. And everybody knows that.
Superstar by ability of wrestling.
Yes. Wrestling. Well, everybody knew it was like, who's gonna have the spotlight? It's gonna be Logan Paul in that match. He's gonna be the one that does something crazy. What did he do? Right into the announce table. And I mean, bro, that wasn't beautiful. When I saw it, I was like, bro, like this guy just always does something, and it always takes that's the moment of the night for that match. Because everything else, I was just like you. I'm just like, bro, like, and obviously, the truth happened. And I'm just like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm glad he's back. I guess I don't care for him. Like, really, this guy who was he? I mean, I know who he was, but who is he? No one. He actually doesn't sell for you guys. So you had every right to let him go. And fans were obviously mad about it and butthurt about it because of how long he's been with the company. Like, I get that part too. But you didn't really have to give in and bring him back, But.
Yeah. See, I know what you mean. And I'm not going to say Cody doesn't know how to wrestle. The guy can carry a show. He can. I just think he's too overhyped. I don't think what people sell me on him, I don't see it. I'm like, he's generic, and that's what I can say. He's generic, and it's just that his music is loved. I don't see what they like about him. To be honest, I don't see what they like about him. But I'm gonna talk shit on this move. The moonsault, I saw it from far away. I'm like, oh my god, look at the moonsault, because that's how they set it up. And I was getting excited. I got hyped because I saw it. Right, I'm in the arena. I'm seeing it, and I loved it. What I hated when people started screaming, "This is awesome," is when he did the droid and they did a superplex.
That was just something basic. That wasn't even awesome.
I was like, that's a fucking superplex. I'm like, everyone does that shit.
That's it. And the thing is, obviously, I guess what made it awesome was the point of view of.
Yes, which I'm like, oh wow, like what the fuck, wow. And I was like, you guys are stupid. I'm like, you guys are stupid. And what's it called? But that was me in the arena, right? That was me. I was. It's different. Like when you went to go see Bad Blood, I'm pretty sure everything was different. I told my wife, I was with her. I told my wife, it's crazy how when I'm watching sometimes WWE Raw, like as much as I love wrestling, I'm like sometimes I do get bored. Like on the especially when both opponents are down or they're outside and they're killing time and all that. I'm like, come on, guys, get up. On this particular case, because you're in the arena, you're sucked into the wrestling that you forget about that stuff. You're like, okay, what's next? What are you setting up? Who's getting up? Y cómo se llama? And that's why when I saw the Lyra versus Becky, I really love that show. I really dig that show. The only thing is because I was so high in the arena, I didn't realize that Becky was holding on to the tights, and that's why she won. Because for me, it just looked like a roll up. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm like, just a roll up. But once I saw Raw, I was like, oh, that makes more sense. She was holding on to it. And
obviously, you miss key things like that. It's because you're live, and you don't really see the replay. Obviously, they have it on the jumbotron, but really not much of it. And obviously, you don't have the announcers talking about it either because you don't hear that.
That's something that I kind of miss, the announcers, right? That I see the jumbotron, but even the jumbotron doesn't have the announcers. So you're literally just watching wrestling. You're watching, for instance, the Raw or what you're watching in the PLE, but it's just wrestling without the announcers.
Right.
But I was watching it from an angle, so I can't even see anything. I can't see anything. I'm literally watching wrestling, and if I'm watching the TV, it's like at an angle. I'm not even watching the whole thing. Y como se llama? But my third thing that I hated, and you're pretty sure you're gonna agree with this: Seth Rollins winning the Money in the Bank. Oh, and before you answer, I want to hear from Emlyn that you hate that Seth Rollins won.
I absolutely hated it. I wanted LA Knight to win.
Oh, you didn't even want Penta? Penta? I see you're not a Penta fan, huh?
Oh, I am, but like not really that much. I'm like more of a LA Knight more fan instead of a Penta more fan.
Hmm. Okay. Now, what was the reason that you hated it though? Just because you don't like Seth Rollins, or
Well, that's one of the reasons. The other reason is because when he called out Braun Breaker and his other bodyguard, and they started like attacking him, and I feel like that was like an advantage for him to win the Money in the Bank
okay?
because he has like really strong bodyguards, so I feel like that was an advantage.
I mean, one's fat, the other one's strong.
Yeah.
They're not both. Let's see if you can see it. I went to go meet him the next day.
Oh, you told me about it. Where you
I went to go see Penta the next day in person. Um, really nice guy. Really nice guy.
They did not allow
Huh?
phones and cameras in there.
They did. The line was too long, so I just went to the outside of the window.
Oh, I see. So you didn't
Hey.
wait in line or anything?
Bro, trust me when I say the line. I'm trying to think of places. Okay, Irvine Spectrum, right? You remember Irvine Spectrum?
Yeah.
Okay, or you buy the tickets
From where?
from when you buy it on the booth on Irvine. I've seen it.
The theater. Okay.
Theater, okay? When you buy the tickets, imagine a line that perfect. You know when there's like IMAX, when it's a showing for IMAX, how the fucking line wraps around all the way to the back into the parking lots?
Yeah.
Like that. For Penta. So it was literally, let's say it was like 5 stores. So it's Cricket Wireless, then boom, boom. And we're talking about little stores like on a regular shopping market, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it wraps to the back. It made a U-turn and it would jump all the way to the back, cut a corner, cut all the way to the back. So it was like literally a 2-hour wait line. And I don't think the people on the other side of the building got to see him. That's how much it was. Because I went to when I saw the line, I was like, I told my wife, I'm like, hey, you know what? Let's go eat, and we'll come back at 11:30. Maybe the line dies down. When I saw that the line was still out there, I was like, let's just go take pictures out of the window. Y ya salió un poquito acá, y like saludó y todo eso. And so even after he got out of the store, he still said his cero miedo. He still like waved and all that. He got on top of his car and he was still waving and shit like that. But people, they treated him like a celebrity. We're talking about like paparazzi, where the truck can't even drive out. I like.
You're in a place where they're all celebrities. You know, I mean,
I forgot about that, and that's something that I need to check out. Right, I need to check out a little bit because sometimes I do see that wrestling, even though it's big, I don't see it as big, even though technically it is worldwide. So it's like Comic-Con, where I'm like, yeah, they're big, but are they big? And technically they are big because that's their audience.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's just that I'm comparing Penta to fucking Cristian Nodal, but in reality, maybe Penta's bigger than Cristian Nodal.
I mean,
is Cristian Nodal known in England?
Probably.
All right, William. How come did you like Seth winning?
No, I mean, and I didn't. It's just that simple. I didn't like it. Obviously, I didn't even like the fact that Gran Americano had 1, 2. I was like, wait, CM Punk's out? Okay, fine. CM Punk is gonna cost him the ladder match. Or in fact, Roman Reigns, who he was announced for this, what the hell happened to him? You know, so it's like, no, I was not happy. It happened. The match itself was good. They had its moments. I mean, don't get me wrong. I saw Penta and I was just like, he's not gonna win it because he kept getting back on the ladder. I was like, damn, this guy just doesn't give up. But that's telling me he's not gonna win it.
Yes,
because he's just up on that ladder and he still hasn't won it. He's not gonna win it. That whole botch with Gable, with Gran Americano, that whole botch there, I'm just like, you could have won it right there. As Gable was like trying to get, like they pushed him to a ladder and then he climbs up the ladder, and I'm like, really, you could have won it. By the time Gable got up to you could have already like taken it down. You know what I mean? But obviously, I get it. It's for show. I understand that. Like at that moment in time, Sheila decided to come downstairs and actually watch it with us. That little scene, and she's like, "Wow, what a coincidence! This guy's about to get this briefcase, and this other guy is taking his sweet time to climb the ladder to meet him up there, and now he's acting all surprised, Penta." And I'm just like, of course, you just came down in a moment with botch. because it was a botch. You know, it was
So because that whole sequence, you're watching it through El Grande Americano, right? You're not watching Penta.
right.
All right. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna tell you a little secret that I saw. You can only see it at the arena. When Grande Americanos did that botch, Penta slipped from the ladder and restarted everything. So he caught that. He caught that botch and like he slipped like one step or two.
Right. Yeah. You could kind of see that in the yeah.
And then he kind of started climbing up again. So I was like, oh, this fucker was smart. He wasn't like who did it the best? Mustafa Ali when Brock Lesnar came out. So they don't show you that Mustafa Ali literally freaking hit the briefcase. So the briefcase was moving so that he wasn't just standing like an idiot waiting for Brock Lesnar. So on the TV, they show you that Mustafa Ali's like this. But in reality, this fool slapped it. So when he's doing this, it's because he can't reach it no more because the thing is moving. So when Brock Lesnar comes in, he beats him, gets the thing. So it was the same thing. Like, even though it's a botch, Penta literally did it as a slip where I'm like, he's kind of making it believable that because Penta's climbing up and now he's climbing up at the same time, and like he can't reach it because now he slipped. And Penta made it believable because of that botch.
Yeah, I mean, I see that. At the same time, if talking botches, obviously, the Logan Paul botch, right? And a way I'm like, I don't think that was an actual botch. I think he did it on purpose for that super kick from Jey Uso, because I'm like, normally he always lands that perfectly where he like flips and then just he always lands it so clean too. And this time he slips and then gets knocked down with a super kick. And I'm just like, that was the perfect reasoning for Jey Uso to be able to get that super kick on him. Because Logan Paul, now did it happen or not? I don't know if it was for real or not, but he slipped. And I'm like, bro, that is perfect. Like, he slipped and the super kick was able to happen because of it.
That, or they just didn't time it right. They wanted to do something like Shawn Michaels and Shelton Benjamin, where he was jumping from side to side and then Shawn Michaels does a super kick.
Okay.
Or with Rey Mysterio. I think that's something they wanted to do, and they just didn't time it well. So when I think this fool did it too soon, and when he realized that shit, I think that's when he created a botch on purpose. It's like a botch on purpose. Because if not, it was going to look stupid that he just jumped and then this fool's not ready. And that's the reason why Jey Uso's not a freaking champion anymore. But that's another case. That's another scenario. As it goes, so because from what I'm seeing, again, you're watching it from TV, I'm watching it from the arena. He does slip, pero se mira que Jey Uso se tardó. If they were going for that spot, the Shawn Michaels show, Shelton Benjamin, if they were going for that, yeah, it's more on Uso than on Logan Paul, even though Logan Paul was the one that botched.
Right.
Or if he did botch, he did botch. But Jey Uso never waited until this foot landed to go for that super kick. While if you watch Shawn Michaels and Shelton Benjamin, it's together. Like, he jumps and he's ready. I'm going to catch you. And it should have been like that. And I think that's what they were aiming for. And they just didn't connect. There was probably no chemistry and they couldn't connect it.
Yeah, I mean, highly possible. And obviously, yeah, the whole time I was just like, obviously the Bronze came out, they speared Gran Americano. Then the Samoans came out. And I'm just like,
that's not a spear, bro. That's a train wreck, bro.
No, honestly, I think that it could look harder if he jumps a little bit later, because I feel like he's jumping too soon on both his and on who was the other one when he landed. Carlito. When he did it on Carlito and then he did it now on Gran Americano. Like, I feel like if he just waits a little bit longer to jump, that's when it'll be like a harder impact on the receiver, because he's jumping from a further out, and I get it. It's like he's flying, but to me, I'm like, yeah, but the impact isn't there because the force is gone. You know,
there's two reasons for that, and I think I know why he's doing it earlier, because he said that he loves Goldberg, like that was one of his favorite wrestlers growing up, and I don't think he wants to imitate Goldberg. So if he does it impactful like Goldberg, one, you're not allowing the other superstar to do anything because you're doing it at close range.
Right.
And if you're doing it from far range, you allow the superstar to do a flip, to do something extra, because it's giving him that time to, he's like, okay, ahí viene, déjame aviento yo con mi moonsault. And that's why it looks better with Braun Breaker as opposed to impactful like Goldberg.
Right.
And then, like, right now, he says that that's the greatest spear. Right now, I do believe he has the greatest spear. at the moment. I still don't think when it comes to impactful, I don't think it beats Goldberg's when it comes to like impact. And the worst one, I still think is Jay. Oh no, I found the worst one now. I think it beats Charlotte Flair for the worst one, Gunther. That was a boring ass beer, bro. The reason I hated Seth winning because I have it like this: he just got a title shot, even though he lost. Right, like literally 2 weeks ago, he got a title shot or 3 on Raw. That's 1. 2, you have a stable, a strong stable. Emmeline just said it. They have strong guys as a stable, as his bodyguards. I'm like, that's 2. I'm like, 3. I'm like, you're already a main event player. You don't need the suitcase. You can use your stable. You can use your name to get another title shot. You didn't need that. And unfortunately, I believed LA Knight. I think they're shoving him down. Why? Because he's from TNA. He's an original TNA guy. You just said it yourself. Let's squash AAA.
Yeah, because obviously, I mean, he was a fan favorite 2 years ago, and last year he was in it and still lost it, and now this year and still lost it. You know, it's like, and obviously on the post conference, Triple H was like, you know, what was it he said? Great things come to those who are patient, or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I mean, how long though? Because it's time.
And he's not getting any younger.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so it's like, if he finally does get a title shot, and say if he wins it, how long is this title reign gonna be for?
Yeah.
You know, but it's I don't know. I mean, obviously it had its moments. I know that as soon as it happened, you know, like I was like, okay. And Seth Rollins is taking his time coming up with the ladder. I'm like, okay, where's his music gonna hit?
Yes,
the music is hitting, and then no music hits, and he reaches it and he like unhooks it. I was like, no music at all. Like, hello, you know,
and I wouldn't even have mind that he won. I mean, I would still talk shit. But if CM Punk would have came out, and let's say his bodyguards, the Bronze, would have done something like completely, or if they allowed Sami Zayn and they allowed him to completely beat him as well, like, or Roman Reigns and they completely beat him, I would have been okay with that because that's the whole reason of his stable. I'm like, but for them to be allowed to just climb up and win it,
yeah, like, he won it in a way. He won it clean because obviously, yeah, even though his stable came out, the Samoans came out too.
So yeah, the Bloodline came out. So technically, he was the first one to get up. So like como dijo Penta en su interview in the backstage, sí me desmayó el trancazo. I'm like, so you're gonna tell me que el trancazo del Grande Americano and the spear from Braun Breaker was enough to completely sleep these 2 guys for the rest of the match? And because I know that Andrade got a botch, a ladder landed on his pee-pee. Sorry, you weren't supposed to hear that, Emmeline. So when I forgot, I think it's LA Knight or Grande Americano when he hits Andrade with the ladder outside, he drops the ladder and the ladder actually landed on his thing.
Yeah, I saw it. I was just like, wait, was that supposed to happen?
Yeah, that was not supposed to happen. And then for Solo, I'm like, it makes sense. I'm surprised that they pushed this. I thought they were gonna wait for SummerSlam to have like a SummerSlam match. I'm like, for the ¿cómo se llama este? Solo contra Fatu. Y ¿cómo se llama? I was just shocked that I'm like, okay, we're kickstarting it. Where are we gonna get it at Night of Champions? I'm like, because that's what it looks like we're going to.
I mean, because when is Night of Champions exactly? The 18th?
The 18th of July, I think, yes.
And then before that, you have
the Evolution and Saturday night,
which is here in Atlanta.
Yes,
you know, but it's. I mean, I don't know because I really don't know because even SummerSlam is not even 2 weeks after that, after the Roy, Crown Jewel or whatever.
It would be. Is it 2 weeks?
Like 2 or 3 weeks from then.
So that's in August, right? Like late August,
or I think mid August or early August.
Give me a second. I'll let you know right now, because it is bugging me. SummerSlam 2025. August 2nd and August 3rd. So, and
not even 2 weeks later.
Yeah, Night of Champions.
July 18th.
Is it July 18th? Night of Champions 2025. is on June 28th.
Okay, so so June.
Oh, so the main event and the Evolution is July.
Yeah, and then this is June.
Yes, so Evolution technically, because it is a all women's card, in a way that's good on us, right? Like, oh, that means that whatever they're promoting for SummerSlam, they have a month. Because main event is like what, 4 fights?
Mm-hmm. And it's
4 fights, and it's
regular SmackDown / Raw. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something small. So they literally do have 1 month to give us the best promos to get to there, and that's where I think we're gonna get Grande Americano versus Penta. I got a feeling they're gonna save it all the way into SummerSlam.
I mean, unless they're gonna do him against Dom again, which for the title. At that point, I don't see why they would, as they are building Penta versus Grande Americano. That's the route they keep going with. So I agree with you. I think it's gonna happen at that point, at that stage, and then you're talking. I don't know, for Penta to get his title, it might just happen at Mania, or it might happen at Survivor Series, but I don't see it happening anytime sooner.
And the only way I see Penta still having a solo run, it's keeping. The thing is that if they're gonna keep wasting Phoenix, send him to NXT. Send him to NXT, because if you guys waste so much potential on Phoenix on SmackDown, it's gonna suck for the Lucha Bros, because no one's gonna care for Phoenix.
Right.
And if you send him to NXT, at least you make him disappear for a while, for like a year.
Yeah.
And you can still have this guy do his solo run for 1 year, give him his Intercontinental run, 3 months, nothing big, nothing small. Like more than Uso. Uso was only like a champion for 2 weeks as the Intercontinental champion. People were talking shit. Hey, how come he lost his title after 51 days? I'm like, Rey Mysterio lost it in 2 hours, bro. Relax. Like, they shit on Mexicans too. So come on, calm down, relax. What'd you think of that? Are you okay, Emmeline? That you're yee? No yee.
Because they know that Jey Uso is not fully 100% because he just got in a fight with Logan and John Cena Monday Night Raw. That Money in the Bank was 2 days ago. So I was upset because when Gunther won, I was upset because Jey Uso wasn't fully 100% and Gunther was ready. So that made me upset because he still hasn't recovered from all the injuries.
Isn't that Jey Uso's fault for getting in other people's business?
I feel like it's most Gunther's fault because he's challenging right away and he just wants his title back.
He was a champion. He never got his rematch.
After he lost, he never fought him again until now.
Because he was scared.
No, he went because Michael Cole wanted to fight him. So
not Michael Cole, the other one.
McAfee.
That was a good one because he was scared. I like that, but no, he was not scared. It was Jey Uso's fault for getting in Seth Rollins' face, and then that's why the Bronze beat him up. And then he decided to be in a tag team. He should have allowed Cody Rhodes to wrestle first, but he asked for the tag. So blame him for not being able to do that tag on time. And then the Ring General, you can never sleep on him. I'll tell you this, William, for that sleeper, para empezar, I was not paying too much attention to the match because I was like, Jay's going to win. No one wins on Raw. Nobody wins on Raw. You're not going to take away the title in this case, 51 days. But they're not going to take away the title. And so I was like this. I was like, okay, on my phone, watching it on my phone. But that last 5-minute sequence of sleepers, it actually, I was like, wow. I'm like, you guys got me excited because I'm like, reverse.
Right.
And then when I saw him do that tie down and went down, I looked at the Netflix because I saw it. I'm like, and it only looked like a minute or two. I'm like, no way. And then I look at the time. I was like, yeah, it's 2 hours and a half. I'm like, no way. I'm like, no. I'm like, Seth Rollins is gonna come in right now. There's no way. And then he sleeps. I was like, okay, I'm waiting for Seth Rollins now, and nothing. And then the explosion comes. The fireworks. I'm like, wow, Gunther won. Yeet.
But I mean, like you was like obviously not expecting that to happen. Was I happy it happened? Of course, it's like, and then like I texted you, I was just like, well, the fans got what they wanted. They got our truth, but you guys can't have whatever you guys want. It's gonna you guys could have what you want, and then like, okay, we give you this. It's our turn to get what we want. here we go. Gunther, we wanted you to be titled to begin with, so let's go back to you.
I was gonna tell you this, and it sucks because I forgot to touch on it on last week when we were doing the podcast on wrestling. I felt the R-Truth thing was ¿cómo se llama? Was storyline. Like something in the back of my head was telling me this is not true. They're gonna use him later on. Now, let's say he was released, but he knew that he was gonna renew already, and he just tweeted that out. I don't think what I believe is that TKO didn't and Triple H didn't expect that people feedback like what the fuck, like we want truth. But I honestly feel that this was a storyline that he was gonna come back regardless, but not as R-Truth, as Ron Killings. And that's why I say R-Truth was released. He's technically not wrong.
Right, yeah.
He was released. But what nobody expected was the sequence that followed. We want truth over here on Monday, and then on SmackDown here in Bakersfield, and then on Money in the Bank, they were screaming it.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, when I saw that he returned, I was like, fuck. I'm like, I didn't touch on it because I know that in the back of my head, I kept saying, I think this is a work. I think this is a work. I don't believe it. I think it's a work. And then when I saw him, I'm like, I fucking called it, but I just didn't say it out loud so that people can believe me. And there's people out there that are saying this was not a work. Do not believe what Triple H is saying. Do not. I'm like, I don't know, man. Something's telling me that it was a work. I'm like, it's just that they just switched it up. I'm gonna be a new character. That's all.
I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, it's hard to tell now. It's hard to tell whether it was a work or not. It's obviously Triple H is like it was a work. It's like I don't know. I'm still with it wasn't a work.
It wasn't a work.
I'm still with how did the fans not react to the way they did? It's Cody Crybabies all over again. That's what it is. That's what it is.
So let's say every time that Gunther comes out and they start screaming out, "This is bullshit," because of
they're not gonna. That's the thing. They're not gonna give in all the time. They're not. But it's like when you have. I mean, the Yes movement is the same shit. It was the same BS. The Yes movement was basically Daniel Bryan Crybabies. That's what it was. Because it's the fans who want it to happen. Obviously, in that case, McMahon did not want it to happen. Eventually, like, all right, fine, let's give the fans what they want because it's there. And then how long was his reign? So it's like they're only doing it because the fans want it.
He got injured.
That's I'm sure he did, but he was cleared, and then they were like, yeah, he was never cleared. And then guess what? He went to AEW and right away cleared, right? Yeah, that's my point. So clearly, they didn't want it to happen. That's why he was injured for the rest of his career because, sorry fans, you can't ask for it no more because he's injured now and he's out. He's injured, but is he injured?
I do believe that conspiracy of Daniel Bryan that he's been cleared for so many years, but that Vince McMahon wanted to push Roman Reigns down our throats, and it wouldn't happen if you have Daniel Bryan wrestling. So every time Daniel Bryan would go to other doctors, Vince McMahon would not allow. He's like, no, if our WWE doctors are saying you can't wrestle, you can't wrestle. And it wasn't until this fool got fed up that he's like, you know what? If you don't let me wrestle, I'm just going to go somewhere else. And then all of a sudden, he's cleared to wrestle. He comes back. He becomes a champion because that's what the people want. And then what happens? Kofi Mania.
Right.
And if you did it for Bryan, you have to do it for Kofi Kingston.
Then that's my point. So it's like, obviously, the fans are going to be trying to get what they want. And yeah, that goes back to truth. It goes like, okay, well, you guys got mad because we released them. Like, to me, what makes it not a work is The Miz. It's Carlito. So you're telling me Carlito, is that a work too? Like, no, he's gone. Like,
he's gone.
He's gone. And obviously they wrote him off right away in the last episode on Monday Night Raw last week, whatever. He wasn't in the Judgment Day. And then yesterday he wasn't, or not yesterday, but 2 days ago, he wasn't in the Judgment Day. He's gone. Carlito's gone. So it's like The Miz tweeted what he tweeted. I'm not sure if he already re-updated his status with on his Instagram saying whatever, I'm WWE still, following WWE, all this, because he's still, last I checked, he wasn't following. I don't know about now. So it's like, that's my point. That's why I'm just like, no, The Miz really was the one that I was like, so this wasn't a work because The Miz obviously got upset about it. I mean, even Logan Paul, I saw his podcast and posted, and he was like, I didn't know R-Truth was coming back. Like, so when I saw him, I had just done the moonsault on Jey Uso, and I was like dead. And then I see R-Truth coming, like, what the hell? I thought you got fired. Like, where are you coming from? You know?
And that's where I think it's a work, because I'm like, that's where I believe it's a work, because I'm like, they just released, they barely have 2 shows. I was screaming, "We want truth!" 3 with Money in the Bank. I'm like, and they caved in right away. I'm like, for Daniel Bryan, they literally screaming yes for literally a fucking year, and they didn't give it to him until WrestleMania.
How fast did they give him for Cody Crybabies? 1 show?
But Cody was a star.
1 show.
Oh, Cody was a star.
And The Rock is a bigger star. Everybody wanted Rock and Roman until the Cody Crybabies decided not to make it happen, and now we're not getting it because of it. And now John Cena's winning wrestling because of it.
That's one of the reasons why I hate Cody fans, because I'm like, you guys, a lot of people talk shit on Bret Hart that he screwed himself, right? A lot of people talk shit on CM Punk because he left the company because he wanted to be the star. He never got to main event as WrestleMania, right? And then they were there for Cody. I'm like, what were you guys for CM Punk when they took away his belt? When he wanted a main event? Right. What were you guys for Bret Hart when he wanted to keep the belt? I would lose it at Raw. I don't want to lose it in Montreal. And people kept saying, you screwed yourself. I'm like, and all of a sudden, Cody bet on himself? Well, the other guys bet on themselves too. And you guys gave him shit for it.
You know what it is? This is damn Gen Zs, bro. It's just damn Gen Zs over here causing...
Another example, Dean Ambrose. He left because he didn't like the way he was written, and people gave him shit.
Right. Yeah.
And he's over there in AEW, and I don't know if we're ever gonna see him again. I swear, I'm like, when I was thinking that when Seth Rollins was up there, I'm like, can CM Punk come out to the Shield music just to give us like oh shit, is it Dean Ambrose? And then it's just CM Punk dressed in black. I'm like, that would be a cool moment, because technically it was CM Punk who invented the Shield. Yeah. Like that, it would have been a cool moment, you know, like just to throw him off and shit. I was the one who started screaming CM Punk. I don't know why the LA people didn't scream it. I was like, people, come on. I don't know, but before we end this, I think Raw was okay. You know, the tag team fight was pretty good. As the who was the other one? The AJ Styles versus Kurt Angle Jr. No, it was Kurt Angle Jr. Yeah, that was decent. But I'm gonna tell you this: there's a match for next week on Raw where there's a blank. So it's Rusev, Sheamus. I forgot who's the third guy, and there's a blank. Who do you think that blank is?
That's next week.
That's next week on Raw.
Oh. I can tell you who it is. I already know who it is. I saw the spoilers.
Really? Shit, tell me. Wait.
It's Goldberg.
I was gonna say Ilya.
No, I'm just kidding. But no, actually, that's I saw online that both him and Goldberg are scheduled for next week. So most likely it is good enough. But
and it's not good enough then, because I remember what they fucking said. I remember, if I recall, you know, that a legend is gonna be on that match.
Then it might be. I doubt it'll be Goldberg. I doubt it. He's too old.
What's another legend?
John Cena. To avoid having to defend the title at SummerSlam.
And that's one of the reasons why I don't think CM Punk was gonna go to Saudi, because I'm like, technically R-Truth cost you the match, so you should be having a Wrong Killings match.
Yeah. Maybe it's truth.
It's the truth, not R-Truth. It's the truth. Wrong Killings. Put respect.
Oh yeah. So I don't know. I mean, if it's a legend, I highly doubt it's Goldberg, because one, he said it himself, I'm not even physically fit, and two, it's just he's too old to enter any turn, unless if you're just gonna show up to lose, which you're looking makes for your last. Huh?
Sorry, I interrupted. But I mean, if you're pushing Rusev, Nero, no, Rusev. If you're pushing Rusev, you put him in a good match. I said Sheamus. I said the other guy. And if you're gonna have a match at SummerSlam, but you're gonna face Cody Rhodes next, right after that, because Cody Rhodes is on the other part of the Fatal 4. It's because I saw that it's basically on this side of SmackDown. I forgot who wrestles this Friday, but on that side, it was Cody Rhodes, Damian Priest, and I forgot the other two. On this side is this Friday is Randy Orton, LA Knight, Black, Aleister Black, and Carmelo. So that right there tells me it's Randy Orton or LA Knight.
Yeah.
And then the winner of that faces Sami Zayn. Then you got Cody Rhodes, Priest, and I forgot the other two. That winner would face the winner of freaking Rusev, Sheamus, the other guy, and the black screen guy, right? The who can it be? The question mark.
Mystery opponent.
If it's Dragunov, boy, expect Dragunov to beat everyone
All the way through.
all the way through. And that's the problem. That's why I don't think it's gonna be Dragunov, because who can beat Cody? Because Cody's being pushed again. That's gonna be the winner for SummerSlam.
Well, is he though? Because according to your theory, Sami Zayn's gonna win it all because it's in Saudi.
Yes, and then that would give him a title shot against John Cena at SummerSlam.
According to your theory, but we have Cody Rhodes in that picture.
It's okay to beat. The Cody one ruins it, man. And I don't want Cody to beat John Cena at SummerSlam. It's too early for John Cena to lose.
The thing is, John Cena is what, 17 dates away? You're just running out of time already at this point. It's gonna have to. You already know it's gonna be one more day over in Saudi. I mean, unless if something happens where CM Punk's like, yeah, I'm not going, and we're gonna have to reschedule our fight.
CM Punk should be the one prior to that, the one prior before he becomes a face, because John Cena cannot retire as a bad guy. You gotta let him.
Point. He can't. So you have a point on that one.
Because it's gonna look stupid that he's a bad guy, and then he cuts a promo. Thank you, everyone. I love you. Blah blah. It's gonna look stupid. No, we're gonna be booing you, bro.
Yeah.
That's it. So maybe I'm just too much of a CM Punk fan, and that's why I want CM Punk to dethrone him. And I don't like Cody.
I don't know. I don't know if Triple H has a problem with CM Punk. I don't know if since The Rock is on TKO, he has a problem with CM Punk, that they just don't want to give him his title shot anymore or a title around him. I touched on it on WrestleMania, bro. I told you CM Punk should main event, but he's gonna lose because his moment comes at WrestleMania. That's where he gets the title at this main. So yes, I expect if Cody beats him in SummerSlam, if he beats Cena, right? Because now I believe it's gonna be Cody, and John Cena becomes good after another match or so, and Cody goes into WrestleMania as the champion. CM Punk's gonna beat him, and CM Punk will go in as a heel. Because of all the losses, he's finally going to convert to the bad side. Which sucks because I want CM Punk as a face to celebrate his moment. Right. Yeah. I mean, don't forget, you still have, Mr. Money in the Bank somewhere. Oh, I forgot about this. In there, who hates CM Punk and will do whatever it takes to not let him win. So. And going back to your the cash in with Roman and all that, unless you're keeping Roman forever like hidden until SummerSlam or something, he should be the one that costs Seth Rollins the match. At this point, yeah. So let's say if it's at the main event in July 12th and CM Punk comes in with the fucking thing, Roman should come in. He should wait until they cash it in. He's about to do the stomp, and then Roman comes out, spears him, he loses, and then we have a Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. They're at Book It. TKO, Triple H, Rock, you heard it here first. No? Not a good idea? I mean, no, I think that's a WrestleMania match. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. It has to be a WrestleMania match. It can't be anything else. SummerSlam is a big show. SummerSlam is a big show. I'm not saying it's not a big show. I'm saying that's a WrestleMania match. For a one-on-one Roman Seth, it's a Mania match. Yeah. Oh, so I'm gonna ask you this then. SummerSlam is right around the corner. It's August. We're in June, July, August, 2 months. Is Roman not gonna have a match then? The other two would have to be Braun Breaker and fucking Bronson Reed. One of those two guys. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's still no sign of Roman. That's all that we know. So Roman's missing SummerSlam. Roman comes out on SummerSlam and costs Seth Rollins the match.
Okay, to set it up for another future date.
To set it up.
But we're still technically 8 months away from WrestleMania.
You're absolutely right, and you have to go through Survivor Series in between.
Which we might get War Games Bloodline versus Seth, whatever division.
That I don't think it'll happen at this point now with the whole Jacob Fatu and Solo. That's not gonna happen anymore.
Who lost his title?
What do you mean?
Who lost his title this Monday?
Oh, well, Jay.
And who's not doing shit in SmackDown?
Jimmy. So we get them back together and make them tag team champions again?
And then we get 3-on-3 and then you get 2 more guys and let's go do War Games.
Well, no, because Jay and Jimmy didn't lose it because of Seth and... Jay didn't lose the title because of Seth and...
We're bringing the pack again. We gotta beat this visionary, guys. We the ones.
But we're missing a fate. Ladies and gentlemen.
And then freaking Seth Rollins ends up with Brock Lesnar because of Paul Heyman. That was never coming back.
Nah, he's not. As much as we're playing. Pretty sure his daughter's gonna get a shot before he does.
All right, so let's put it out there so I can put it on a screenshot. Who do you think is gonna be that mystery opponent on Raw next week?
If it wasn't for what you said about the Legends thing, I would go with Juggernaut.
Juggernaut? All right.
Yeah. The whole Legend thing is throwing me off. Honestly, I want to say wrong killings because of it.
Unless I heard it wrong, and they were saying a Legend's coming back while they were showing that, and I understood that the Legend's coming back for that match. But the thing is that, like, what other Legend? Edge? Is Edge out of AEW?
No. And even if he was, I don't think they would bring him back. I doubt they would bring him back.
Chris Jericho?
Nah.
What other Legend?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, that's one point for a match. I don't think. I mean, hopefully you heard it wrong. Because again, even if they bring a Legend, it's like, bro, you're coming for what? To lose this match or to win this match and lose the next
against Cody?
Simple. So that's one point. It's that simple. You're not gonna win this tournament. So what's the point of bringing a Legend back to losing this tournament?
All right.
Because if you're bringing Goldberg back, from what I read, what are you gonna do? Challenge Gunther? And it's like you're not gonna win the title. Well,
and that's a SummerSlam.
Never say never, because
I ain't think about that. It will. But does Goldberg beat Cody, and they're gonna put him over Cody?
Well, no.
Cody doesn't win.
No, that's my point. He's not. But Goldberg, if Goldberg is scheduled for Monday Night Raw, not for the fight, just to be there, he's gonna challenge someone. Who's that gonna be? Gunther? Okay, cool. He's challenging Gunther for the title. All right, cool, for the title. When is this gonna happen?
In July 12th.
July 12th here in Atlanta, because it's Goldberg's home.
Yes.
And if that happens, I'm buying my ticket immediately that night. If it gets announced on Monday night that he's gonna fight Gunther on July 12th, that main event, I am buying my ticket that night.
Even though
Goldberg's gonna lose,
and he's gonna get slept like sleeper. I don't think he's going out by the powerbomb.
But at the same time is, well, obviously Vince McMahon is no longer at the helm. But how many times has Goldberg not come back to defeat the beast of the company? In this case, Brock Lesnar, when he came back and squashed him immediately.
Kevin Owens.
The Fiend, when he came back and beat the Fiend, and everybody was mad about it. He's known to take those boos because of it. It's a possibility where he takes out Gunther because, hey, it's my last few matches. I will take a win at home for the title, and then I'll drop it to whoever you want me to drop it to, and then I'll retire after that. It's
okay. So you're going with Juggernaut, though?
Yeah, I think it'll be Juggernaut, who's that mystery opponent.
All right, so then it makes sense. If it's Juggernaut, he wins that Fatal 4, but then loses to Cody. He doesn't take too much damage. Cody moves on. Right here is going to be probably Sami Zayn versus LA Knight. And probably we might actually end up getting Sami Zayn versus Cody Rhodes. Unless it's Aleister Black who wins or Carmelo.
Carmelo can win? You think it's going to be Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes?
Oh, shit. I forgot about that. No, Randy, no. It's too early.
I mean, they're both faces. There's no reason why they should turn Randy at the moment.
And this would just be a match. We need promos for it to mean something. Unless Randy Orton does something stupid to Cody, where he ends up losing the belt, the challenge in SummerSlam, and then Cody's not happy, and they continue it on to Bad Blood and shit like that.
I mean, they gotta turn Randy Orton heel at some point.
Yes, and that's the thing, that if he goes for, let's say, if he goes for a low blow on Cody Rhodes to win, right? Let's say this is Night of Champions. He goes for a low blow, and he wins, and Cody's not happy. The thing is that in SummerSlam, technically Randy Orton's facing another heel, which is Gunther or John Cena, which they're both heel.
Or he's facing Goldberg because he just beat Gunther at main event. So Goldberg has a title now because he won at a main event, and now we're heading into SummerSlam. Guess who? Guess who's gonna be the legend killer to defeat a legend?
I like that, man. It's a far stretch, but I like it because now he's a heel. He's a champion.
Goldberg. Who else is gonna beat Goldberg? Randy Orton. Perfect. He's dropping the title to you.
Oh, and you know what? I don't know if people would give shit on Goldberg because not a lot of people like Gunther. Like, there's people that really don't like Gunther. Right. That's boring. So I'm like, and if they know that he's gonna lose to Randy Orton,
and people want a heel Randy Orton, so you have a heel Randy Orton against a not so heel Goldberg, but kind of heel because people don't really like him right now because damn, he's coming back. He's already old. Goldberg retired already, and you're gonna beat Gunther, great. So now you have a champion in Goldberg who, if you lose to legend killer Randy Orton, people are gonna cheer for you because you lost to a legend killer, and now you're going off on a send off with cheers because you just retired with a loss, but giving up
and also losing dirty.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt he'd lose 30, but yeah.
No, I said like a low blow or something like that.
Well, that's the point. I doubt he would lose it. I mean, he doesn't. Randy Orton would beat him clean, I'm sure.
But
regardless,
it's a wild stretch, and if it happens, we recorded it, and I'm like, and you called it because I don't see how he gets through Gunther.
Like you said, TKO, The Rock, book me.
Sounds good. Well, William, any other wild stretches and imaginations?
No, I mean, I don't think so. I think that's pretty crystal clear in my 8-ball, magic 8-ball.
Right. Carmelo's taking the pin then.
I mean, who's the fourth person in that fight?
Aleister Black and LA Knight.
Yeah.
It has to be Carmelo.
Yeah.
All right. No problem then. Well, William, you have yourself a good night, a good morning, and a good evening. You guys have a good night. And by the way, when you were talking earlier about the movie talks, if you want to make a separate channel, try to keep it the same as your Halos talk. So movies talk. Or
that's what it was. I was originally naming it. I told my friends, I'm like, yo, so movies talk, and then my friend was like, question mark. I'm like, movie reviews on movies. He was like, nah, it should be flicks with chicks. And I was just like, and he's like, you need to have baddies with you at all times. I was just like, well, I mean, that's never gonna fucking happen. And I was like, or flicks with dicks, me and you guys, But
and the thing is that if you're alone, you could always call it flicks talks. Like you're talking flicks, and especially you have a better chance of talking about movies better than me because you have that pass. So you're literally watching movies every fucking weekend, brand new movies. While at me, as much as I do it, sometimes I lag it, and then it takes me like a week. That's why I'm calling mine late reviews. I'm still giving it to you fresh, but it's late because I'm not gonna give it to you on a Friday.
Right.
I'm gonna give it to you like on a Tuesday or Wednesday. It's late. Como literally, I just finished off a TV show called Mobland, and I still haven't reviewed it. It's right here. I still haven't reviewed it. There's like I said, let's say How to Train Your Dragon. If I do watch it on Sunday and we're gonna talk about it on Wednesday, okay, cool. But you can still do your little mini talk to 3 minutes on TikTok, and then you're still gonna touch it over here, like that. So it would work because you can see it more often as opposed to me. Like you saw Ballerina, I haven't. You saw Mission Impossible, I haven't. Right. The last movie I saw was Final Destination, which you saw as well.
Right.
You see, like you have more opportunity to watch movies and review them a lot more, and you would have both channels. You can literally tag both at Halos Talk, at Movies Talk, so they can know what's up. And you would promote Halos Talks, the movie channel. Hey, if you guys want to know about movies and all that, check out my other channel, Movie Talks. Hey, if you want to check about Angels Baseball, check out Halos Talk. Y así te vas corriendo until you're gather a little bit of following.
Right. Yeah.
And then, of course, it is your Wrestle Talks. But anyways, good talks. Hopefully, we'll watch Money in the Dragon. Fucking How to Train Your Dragon.
I gotta look at
Oh. For 4 things before we leave. Sorry, I know I was gonna ask you this. Who had the best match for you at Money in the Bank?
I mean, I enjoyed the ladder match.
Which one?
The men.
The men.
Yeah.
All right.
It had more spots. It had. I mean, you called it. We both called it like, hey, like everybody's gonna have a spot. Andrade's gonna have a spot. You know, Penta's gonna have a spot. Fucking Solo took it with the. Like this mother.
Who was the best dressed as Money in the Bank? I mean, the Money in the Bank.
I mean, Penta, bro.
You think Penta?
I mean, that black and gold.
That shit was sick. I mean,
that's his best one so far, in my opinion.
All right.
That or the black and green one.
I like the one from WrestleMania, which was
Black
the green
gold?
one. Yeah, no, it was black and green.
Black and green.
All right. Who was the biggest winner at Money in the Bank? Like, even if they lost, who won the best? Like, who looked the best losing, or who was just best winner overall?
Becky Lynch and the other girl.
All right. So for me, best dress was Penta as well. The best winner for me was Noemi. The best match for me was Becky Lynch and Lyra, right? All right. And then we have 2 more. Who was the worst loser? Like, who looked the worst in everything?
Andrade.
Really?
Because I mean, he had his spots, but you saw how many botches this guy had, or at least that. No. That one botch. That one botch is what's going to cost him back NXT. that one botch that he did at the beginning of the ladder match. That was it. That was like damn.
And then so for me it was Jey Uso because he didn't really get any offense.
I mean, it's Jey Uso. What do you expect?
Wow. And then of course, who did I say this one already? Who had the best spot in Money in the Bank? What caught you out of like, oh my god?
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul? For me, the Devil's Kiss. Not because it's the Devil's Kiss, it's because who she did it to, where she did it on.
Me too.
Okay, ¿cómo?
That was your favorite part of Money in the Bank? The Devil's Kiss?
Yeah.
Why, because it was Rhea?
Yeah.
She sucks? You don't like her?
No.
Oh, she doesn't like Rhea? You don't like Rhea?
No.
Pump it.
He was so excited that Roxanne Perez beat Liv Morgan.
No, I'm not. I hate Roxanne Perez.
Really?
Yes, I hate Rhea. I hate Roxanne. I hate who else do I hate? Logan Paul, John Cena.
Well, I'm gonna give you a little secret on Money in the Bank. I started La Primera chant. La Primera. I started that and Money in the Bank while she was wrestling. I started one of the CM the Money in the Bank. I started Penta. Let's go Penta. Let's go. Those. Even at first, I was screaming "Cero miedo," and it wasn't catching on. So until I moved it to "Let's go Penta," and it caught on. And then my favorite one, I don't know. I need to go watch Picar again. I'm the one who started screaming "Culero" to fucking Dominic Mysterio, Dirty Dom. So they were screaming "Culero, culero." That was me. I started that. And the good thing is that because LA was full of Latinos, it caught on right away what we were screaming. Because Latinos watch soccer. I want to say 50% of that arena watch soccer, so they could understand what culero meant. And right away it picked up. And when I saw it on YouTube, when you hear it, it's loud. I'm like, there's no way Peacock blocked that unless they knew what culero meant.
I
So
wish I was in Los Angeles, California.
you don't wish that right now as we speak.
Well, not right now, because technically Money in Bank is over, but like.
No, yes, that. Let's keep it like that. Yeah, but anyways, I had fun with Money in the Bank. What was your rating for it, William?
An 8.
An 8. Yo también. I think honestly the main event is what ruined it.
Wait, hold on. What was your spot? You said your favorite spot?
The Devil's Kiss.
Oh, right.
That match for a woman's, that was a toda madre. Well, let's say 10 out of 10. The guys was a 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Lyra was a toda madre for me, while the Dirty Dom, that was like a 7, 6, and then a 5 for the main event.
I think honestly, Dirty Dom match, it just needed more time. It needed more time. I mean, Octagon did his part. Octagon does Octagon things. You know, that's just
Yes.
he's just flawless, bro. Like every little movement he did, it was just on point.
Final question before I end this. Do you think we're gonna get Pentagon Junior versus Octagon Junior on WWE?
No.
So you think they're not gonna bring that history of Octagon versus Pentagon?
Not a lot of people know about it.
They can know.
Hispanics don't do. Yeah, I mean, in order for it to happen, you have to bring Octagon Junior over, para
Yes.
empezar, to NXT at least. Start giving him some background story or whatever, and
Well-
eventually start touching on that. He beats Rey Fenix, you know, whatever, and then to continue that rivalry. But no, it's way too much story.
I'm gonna say this: if Penta ever goes heel, we're getting it, because there's no way they'll ever make Pentagon Junior heel. He's too nice, and because he doesn't know how to talk in English, he's worked at WWE before. That motherfucker's Místico, Sin Cara's partner.
Oh, okay.
That's Octagon Junior. That's why the real Octagon hates this guy, because he didn't get a chance to choose Octagon Junior. WWE chose him for him, or AAA. So he's really mad about that, even though this was at CML. So you like, bro, get out of here. Like, you're over there with the biggest company in Mexico, and AAA is like the second one.
Right.
Pero there is a lot of history between Penta Cero Miedo and Pentagon Junior, an original Pentagon Junior, or Pentagon 2. Perdón. Octagon, el original, y Penta Cero Miedo is the real rivalry. But the guy's like 60, so we're not going to get that. And Pentagon Junior, if it happens, I only see it if Penta ever goes heel. And if he goes heel, I'm going to love his fucking suits. The black one, it's nice.
I mean, anything in black, bro.
But no, he just does everything black, even his fucking todo.
I seen it. It's dark Penta, no? Or
Yes, dark Penta. And usually he leaves his white or just his eyes white. But like the one I'm waiting for Penta, which I'm pretty sure he might use it at a WrestleMania, it's the white one. The white suit, white mask. Oh, that one's beautiful. It's beautiful, but I don't know if he'll ever use it unless it's like a big main event fight. You know, or if he knows he's going to win the belt or something like that.
I mean, that'll be your sign.
That would be a sign. Well, guys, Emmeline, thank you for coming in and talking about how much you hate Rhea and how much sad you are about Jay. William, I will see you next week. Hopefully, we watch that or not, but we'll watch Raw, and we'll talk about a little bit on SmackDown if we liked it or not.
I mean, SmackDown I don't watch, but yeah.
You watch highlights. Don't get
highlights.
Yes. You know you watch highlights.
Yes, highlights.
I have
All right,
three
people.
parts that I loved about Money in the Bank Woman.
What was that?
I had 3 parts that I really loved about Woman to Money in the Bank.
A ver, dímelas.
One was Devil's Kiss, where Stephanie Vaquer got a Devil's Kiss. Did Rhea?
No, Stephanie Vaquer. Es la primera.
Okay, La Primera.
There you go.
She of course Double Kissed Rhea Ripley. That was my favorite one. Second
right.
is where Roxanne Perez and Julia was burying Rhea Ripley ladders, and I was like, that's just crazy. And third was where Roxanne betrayed Julia and started like punching her and all of that. And I was really like happy when Naomi won.
You were happy. I was going to ask you that. So you were happy?
Yeah.
Oh, William wasn't.
With
I thought
what?
he wasn't.
When Noemi won?
Oh no, I was not. It's whatever.
He
You
wanted
see?
Roxanne Perez to win.
It wasn't a bad pick. I actually think she's going to win the bracket, to be honest.
I could see it happening.
They're pushing her. I love it that they're pushing her. And she can wrestle. That girl can wrestle.
I mean, the only person I see as a won't let it happen would be Rhea. But as of right now, I'm starting to see like they're not really pushing Rhea that much.
No, well, she lost. Oh no, was she in the? She was in the match. She lost.
Oh wait, you're right. She did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Roxanne's gonna win.
Yeah, you're right. I don't see anybody.
Oh, shit. Well, unless they're gonna push Jade Cargill.
I mean,
That's something that I'm loving about the girls division. That now I'm interested because now we're getting actual wrestlers.
you
Like,
have
we
to
got
make
girls
sure
that-
that if you mention the women's division, you talk about Liv Morgan. She is the best in the
Yay!
W.
That's my primera. That's my.
No, that girl, she's getting better at wrestling. She sucked when she started. She sucked. Let's be honest. She wasn't that great. She's been getting good. Her promos are a lot better, but she's
That
been getting
promo yesterday,
fire.
She eliminated
Nikki Bella.
Yeah, Nikki Bella.
And what's it called? But wrestling wise, La Primera, Roxana Vaquer, Jade Cargill, Amy has been putting on some bangers. Tiffany Stratton, like honestly, the division for it's great to be a wrestler right now for the women's division in WWE. Lyra, don't sleep on her, man. Obviously, WWE is not because she was the Intercontinental Champion, but that girl is so over, and I didn't realize how over she was. Her theme song, I didn't know that people scream to it. Did you know this?
Well, no.
They scream "woo" to it. Woo, woo.
Oh yeah, I noticed it. Yeah,
I didn't know that. I thought it was the song that did it, and it's the audience who's screaming it. But then again, fucking Raw skips freaking intros now that we don't know shit.
We got commercials.
I mean, that's what I was like, when I saw that, I'm like, I like this, so I started screaming it with her, and I caught the tone right away. I'm like, oh, it's just boom, 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 stop, boom, 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 stop, boom, 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 stop, and it's like, so it's three woos and then it stops, three woos and then it stops. So it's sick. So don't sleep on Lyra. But right now, women's division is banging. It's great to be a women's wrestler, and I can't wait to have AJ Lee back, and then Asuka's coming back as well.
No.
You don't like Asuka? Oh my god, she doesn't know wrestling. Kyrie, what's her? The pirate chick is back. It's great to be a women's wrestler. It's great. It's actually great to be a fan of wrestling for women right now.
One
Trust
thing I hate. Well, I don't really hate her, but it's a kind of hate her. It's because when I remember a match in Raw where Liv Morgan and Kairi Sane was fighting. Roxanne Perez, why? She cost Liv Morgan the match. And
No.
that's
If Roxanne would have stepped in, Liv Morgan would have been pinned. So what Roxanne did, she kept it in the Judgment Day. She had to think smart. She didn't like that. She did not like that answer. Bueno, familia, we'll see you guys next Wednesday for some SmackDown and some Raw talks, and we'll figure it out from there if who wins on Friday and then again on Monday for both the women and the guys.
Yep.
And last question for you, Emmeline. Does CM Punk take the fight in Saudi? Yes or no?
Yes.
William, yes or no?
No.
You don't think so?
I mean, unless if he actually is sold to WWE, like the way he's been acting, then possibly. But if he sticks to his word, no.
It's just, I saw that stupid smirk on John Cena, and that makes me want to believe it's a no. Because he's like, we're teasing the fans. And that's how I saw it. I'm going to give you a smirk, and I'm going to tease the fans. That we're going to give it to you, just not right now. It was like, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. And that smirk is like, that gave me, like, I got you, just not right now. It's like, but we're getting there.
Right.
So I have you noticed something, William? That John Cena promos are getting better?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
and I know why. Because
Okay,
Cody
I-
Rhodes is not there.
I was gonna say yeah, because Cody Rhodes is not on the other side of the thing. Yeah.
They're holding him fucking back.
Yeah.
I knew they were holding him back. Anyways, people, you guys have a good night, a good morning, and a good evening.
Bye.
Bye-bye.